air conditioner is on. It might be a little bit noisy, I hope it's not. Yeah, so just a new day and new makeup. And I still didn't think what I'm gonna do, so it's just gonna, you know, come on my face along the way. That's how it works usually. Okay, on my skin, as usual, 50 SPF and Smashbox lip primer today. On my lips, I'm using now the Blistex with, I think it's 20 or 30 SPF in it. So, and it feels really good on lips actually. It's one of my favorites to use. I'm using again this Smashbox full exposure palette. It's really like practical, let's say. So I begin with this and then I will take some color, you know, since these are all neutrals. So this one and this one goes in the crease. Yeah. And so far I don't use any cream eyeshadow or anything like that. I'm taking the lightest color just for the brow bone. And I'm a little bit red here because I was, you know, I took the tweezer and I cleaned up a bit the brows just before I started, so you know, that's the way they look. Why not brush those through a bit too here? Get them out of the way of my eye makeup space. Okay, so I decided to take this Smashbox Violetta Kohl pencil and, you know, start under the eye today. Just something, you know, a little bit out of my ordinary way of doing things. And go almost all the way, not all the way. You can smudge the rest, most probably. Also up here. And I probably should start smudging because otherwise, you know, it just gets hard and then it's harder to do it. So I will start smudging it out. Okay, I swap to a brush like this, and which is much softer. Just to be able to go around a bit. Tiniest bit. Don't intend to do too much of a smudging with it, but you know, a little bit. Also kind of here just to soften the end of it so I don't get it, you know, abrupt over there. Sometimes that, you know, happens to me and then I see it only after I'm done with everything. I will probably put it, you know, on the waterline straightly. Why not, you know, just try something else today. Okay, I will use this palette from Gella today in violets, you know, a lot of violets. Well, something like that. Let's say something like that. Okay, so I will start by, you know, putting something over this pencil, and I will probably use, let's say this one here. It's like a plum violet, and I might mix it with this one a bit, but I will start with this plum violet here. I will use the same, this one that I used before. Again, kind of pushing it inside this pencil that I put here already, taking it up a bit here too, like the pencil, and slightly pulling out here as always, as I always do. Otherwise I don't tend to get it, you know, wide enough here, and then it looks a bit weird. This brush is a bit big. Okay, that just means that I have more to clean after, of course. I decided to take this color with a bigger brush and just, you know, continue with it. Half on top and half, you know, like that. Just coming down like this. And I will probably add a little bit of the other color because I'm kind of covering it right now. For some reason. Layers. I'm doing some layers here. Which usually tends to be the best when you do your makeup, actually. Yeah. Okay, I'm taking this same color under here. Like in the front of the eye. Now I'm going to take in the plum and adding some of the plum here. See how messy I am? It's like, yeah, messy. I'm adding some more here too, just because it disappeared. And I think I will take some black and, you know, add some black here too. Okay, I'm taking the black from the Smashbox palette, and just, you know, here in the outer corner again, the usual thing. I'm taking a bit more of those 2 crease colors that I used in the beginning, and I'm going around it a bit more here. Blend it out. This just a line here, all the way down. And I have a feeling here, because of my eye shape, if I look like straight ahead, kind of straight ahead, now it's straight ahead, that this one is so much bigger again looking than this side. So I'll probably have to take it up a little bit more. So I will do that. I'm taking a brush like this, and flat brush, and probably the pink one from here. I think a little bit of the pink one. Where will I put it? I think here in the inner corner a bit, and slightly up here, just to make it a bit softer, you know, not so harsh and dark maybe here. So I will just blend around first, and I use this one again, this clubbing from Bourjois for the waterline. You know, upper and lower waterline, whatever you call them. Yeah, and now I just, I think I will leave it like that and not use any gel liners or anything like that, because just, sometimes it just takes away from the eyeshadow, I feel like. Yeah. I decided to use this, again, this neon pink with this gold from this Pupa palette, that I really like those two together for the inner corner. Yeah. And I'm taking it down here a bit to connect with this. Lower. And really blending it in here. Taking it slightly in here too. I'm dipping this same brush into this really pretty pink lilac here. Just to put it here in the middle, you know. Tiniest bit here in the middle. I kind of went a little bit overboard with the mascara maybe, instead of adding, you know, false lashes, which I know it would look really nice, but yeah, I'm just gonna stick with my mascara. On the skin again, I'm using this 123 Perfect Bourjois in 51, and the tiniest bit of this Smashbox Artificial Light, which has some neon kind of thing going in it, you know. Yeah. So just a bit of a mix like that with a damp sponge, and I will spray the skin, I believe, with some Aven water before, just to give some moisture. Okay, I don't know if it's so much use to use, you know, to show everything I use on my brows and blah blah blah, because it's kind of boring. But I'm using this one today from Clarins, the 2 lightest colors on my brows. And the lightest one in here, and I try tap it off so I won't get now fallout on my, you know, already made skin. I usually do just this part and then I do my brows, so I won't have that happen, because that's really annoying if you're already done and then you get crap all over your skin. First I will take just a spoolie, go up and down here, maybe to soften this. I don't want there to be a line here, just, you know, sometimes I go a little bit more inside because I do have hair over there, but, you know, sometimes I go a little bit closer to the nose, just, you know, to try and make kind of a shadow over there, but sometimes it just doesn't look right, so, you know, it kind of depends. Anyway, Maybelline Drama, covering the white here with a little bit more product first. And by the way, if you hear snoring in the background, it's like just one of my dogs. Yeah, she's a boxer and she's snoring almost since the day she was born. That's just the way their noses are, I suppose. Yeah, a bit too mushed inside. I'm taking a bit of this Dior Skin Flash, which is a really nice color like that. It's actually very close to the other one, but I feel this one is a tiny bit lighter on the skin. Okay, I decided to use these 2 cream products on my cheeks, and this one is a concealer, just like the one I used here, but a, you know, color like that. So yeah, kind of a bronzy thing to it, bronzy pink. And to add a little bit more of the pinkness to it, I will add this Boa's cream blush with, you know, this kind of a really pale. So this one is too pale kind of by itself, and this one is a little bit too dark by itself. So I'm blending those two together with a small brush like that, kind of small brush, you know. Bit of this and a bit of that. Just the way I like it. Blending, blending. Mixing together, let's say. It's not so much about blending, maybe. And since this is also concealer, you know, the darker color, it will also cover some of the things that I have going here on my cheek, if it wasn't covered enough, so it's good for that too. Okay, I take again this, just a lighter color with the same brush that I used before. And on my hand a bit, I'm mixing it together kind of to get a, it becomes a bit pinky like that. Just for a highlight, you know, here. Also because I came too close to my eye with this darker, two darker colors. So, trying to fix it a bit like that. You know, just trying to make it look a bit more that it belongs. Really, yeah. So every summer I start using this powder from Shiseido which has 30 SPF, and it does look a bit dark like this, but maybe because of the SPF in it, it actually, you know, I put it here, I don't think it becomes darker, you know, than the rest. Yeah, so I actually set just here where I added the light, really light concealer, because it really is shouting that there's a light concealer. And actually this one kind of tends to have probably this white cast thing going, because it looks actually lighter than you think when you put it on. But I really like this one, so I'm using it like every summer. I go through one of those almost until the end. So I don't know, I really feel like being wintry today, maybe because it's so hot already. So I'm going back to those wintry colors, like, you know, don't have a problem with that. I'm taking this Violetta, no, Violet, it's just Violet, from Smashbox lip liner, because I just feel like being, yeah, a bit wintry here, for some reason. In the middle, I'm taking this Shiseido in bright pink. I have a hard time doing my lips. Deep breath. I don't know, are they the same? Taking a little bit of the rest of the concealer in pink that's been here in the middle. I'm using a bit of this Smashbox matte Suntan Matte bronzer. And I think I would just take a brush like this. Start up here maybe. And I will try to be light on my hands with this. Now, why is it so much fun to pile this on? Probably because, you know, for pale people it's nice to have some tan. I suppose. Yeah. I like the idea of that. Most of the time it's just an idea. Yeah. Since I don't get tanned. Once I thought I could, then, you know, yeah, bad idea. So don't stay in the sun. And you don't have to. If you have to, something else. Before I started with the bronzer, I did add some MAC powder here. The skin mineralized, you know. Ooh, that's too much. Shouldn't talk when I do this. I don't concentrate. Because without it, you know, with all the cream products I have, this will be, you know, really stuck over there. I'm taking again this brush just to try and blend it out a bit, because, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I put enough powder on to blend and to put anything over the creamy concealers, because they are really creamy, so, or rather creamy, let's say. Yeah. Just for the fun of it, I'm taking this Smashbox lip gloss just in the middle here. This is a really fun color, I have to say. Just a tiny bit. The only thing that was really, I had to fix up the brush myself because it's one of those that start to go all over the place when you have to put it inside all the time. It's also now going like that. Okay, so I sprayed everything with this makeup fixer from Ofra. It became a bit, funny looking here, up here. And it stayed kind of that way, but, never mind. I suppose I will survive. Yeah. So I hope you have a really good beginning of the summer.